There's a scary thought that keeps crossing my mind. What if one day I wake up, I go to work, come back home, eat dinner, watch something on Netflix, sleep, and then repeat the exact same day for the next 40 years? No new memories, no stories, no version of me outside my job. Like, I don't know. That scares me more than failure. Which is why even if no one watches my videos, still make them and I still do. No one fucking watches it anyway, but I do. Because my job pays my bills, but creating feeds my soul. So I started making content when I was since I was in first year of college, so that was back in 2019. So I think the first 2 years of my content creation journey, I was not consistent at all because of lockdown, all of that. I used to post and disappear like that. Since 2021, I became a bit more consistent. So I was posting like once a week, so one short a week or one reel a week or something like that. But then that was also like on and off because of exams and whatnot. But this year, I have been very consistent, and I'm very proud of myself for that. But I am not doing this to become famous, even though I'd love it. Not gonna lie, but I'm doing it more to document who I am becoming, kind of, if that makes sense. Um, because I just don't make videos on YouTube, right? I also write on Substack. I sing, I dance, I make YouTube videos, and I also make like Instagram content and stuff like that. Because, of course, no one asked me to. No one asked me to, by the way, but because I genuinely enjoy making things. And somewhere along the way, I realized something. Work gives me a profession, creating gives me an identity. At work, there are titles, managers, performance reviews, invisible rules about how you're supposed to behave. But I think my YouTube channel and my writing, my singing or dancing, these are the truest expression of who I am as a person. And these are spaces on the internet where I can be exactly who I want to be. Something my father used to say growing up as well, that he used to say life eventually becomes long and repetitive. That's why he pushed me and my brother both into arts. So ever since I was like growing up, I used to go to dance classes, music classes. I used to give my Hindustani classical music exams, my Bharatanatyam exams. I used to go for art, I used to go for swimming and things like that. And as a kid, it was very difficult. Very difficult. My Sundays used to be the most hectic day of my week. And it used to feel bad, when I used to just like play with the kids in the evening, and then my parents would just call me and be like, come back, you need to practice your scales, and that used to really piss me off. But strangely, now I choose to give my time to these things. Like, I am going back to my dance lessons again. I go and do my dance classes every Sunday, and I choose to post covers every week. I choose to write songs once a month, twice a month, or something like that. I'm choosing these things actively now, which is strange because I never did that as a kid, and understandably so. But these things make me feel alive so much, and this is something I'm so grateful for to my parents, because it really saved me in my toughest periods of time. Something else that really changed things, or it was very scary for me, was how fast my 20s were going once I started working. Years just go by. Like, I have completed 3 years of corporate this year. I'm 24, but I've already completed 3 years. And it's scary how fast life is. Like, how fast weeks disappear, months disappear. Like, this year is going so fast, right? And because life moves so fast, I feel like when I'm making this video, like I just saw that 2-3 months ago, I've been consistently posting on YouTube since 2-3 months ago. Like that makes me so happy, and it also like helps me to recognize like what my mindset was back in 2-3 months, and I could go back and watch those videos, understand myself a bit more. It's the same thing as journaling your life almost, and creating really helps me with that too. It interrupts me, you know, which I love. It interrupts me from my day-to-day mundanity and forces me to be present. Because when you're dancing, you have to be present. When you're singing, you have to be present. You have to think about, oh, where the note is going and whatnot, right? When you're making a video, I cannot focus on anything else but this very moment. And creating does that to me so much, and which I love, because otherwise days just blur into each other. And I just don't want to live that life. I don't want to live a life which is unobserved. There's another reason that I keep creating is because, as I said, it helps me to be in the present moment, but it also forces me to practice. Otherwise, why would I practice? I work so hard to acquire these skills, to acquire my Bharatanatyam degree or my classical music degree, and then I'm not using them. What a shame, So creating also helps me with just putting some honor and respect for the amount of hard work my younger self put in. So I'm just doing it for my younger self, so that she doesn't feel कि अरे इतनी मेहनत की और इसने सब बर्बाद कर दिया. She looks back at me and she's like proud of the person that I am today. So that's also one of the reasons why I do this. There are a lot of things that I've learned. I think the first lesson was you don't need permission to have an identity outside your career. Your job can be what you do, but it doesn't have to be who you are. Lesson number 2, art makes difficult lives easier to live. Whether it's writing, painting, music, photography, content, anything, creating reminds you that you're still a person, not just an employee, And it's not even about being an employee. Life is hard. And when you get to find spaces where you can express yourself, there's nothing more liberating than that. Lesson number 3, content has asymmetrical returns. This is something Tanmay Bhatt has said. It has gone viral on Instagram a lot of times. And it's true. Most videos don't go viral. Most posts don't explode. Most articles don't change your life. But one might. And one could open a door. One article could reach exactly the right person. One post could change your career. You simply don't know which one it will be. So keep trying. Keep putting yourself out there, right? Why not? Even without viral success, I have... the content has really changed my life. I've met founders, startup founders, connected with people from different parts of the world, had conversation that would have never happened if I had not published my work. So when you create publicly, people finally have something to discover. They can discover you. Your network grows, your opportunities grow, your luck grows, just because you push yourself out there. And another one of my favorite things to do is like going back and looking at my old videos, and they're embarrassing. I have privated a lot of them, not gonna lie. But they're proof, and they're proof that I kept going, that I'm consistent, that I'm hardworking. And I think this is how you really also build self-esteem, which is like, I'm digressing maybe, but I have a good self-esteem because I know that if I tell myself to do something, I do it. So it helps you in that way as well. It helps you to know that you don't give up so easily, that you are made of something, at least. So if you ask me if I could go back and if I do things differently, I think first thing is I'd stop obsessing over numbers so much. Sometimes I used to feel really bad about the numbers that I had. So I just for me, what I've done to detach myself from it, because as a small content creator, that's kind of difficult. I just don't attach value to it. Views come, views go, but the person you're becoming while creating, that's the real reward. So you have to understand what your real reward is. Also, I'd stopped disappearing for months, which I used to do. I would post more consistently, because the growth I've seen this year has been way more than the growth I've seen in the past 7 years or something, even though it's slow and the amount of effort I'm putting maybe not really equal to the amount of effort, but still it's more. So if I was just consistent for before this as well, maybe the numbers would have been higher, right? So yeah, consistency compounds. And not just in the number way, but also my skills. Like, I make content like this now. It's so easy for me. A few months ago, it was not. It used to take me hours to make content, but now it's very easy. I also had to share more before I felt ready. Most of the things I was scared to post anyway. Nobody judged me. Nobody gives a fuck anyway. So like, why the hell are you so scared? Don't be scared. Nobody cares. And finally, I'd stop waiting for validation to call myself a creator. Like, I'm a creator because I create. You don't need 100,000 subscribers for that, right? If you're creating, you are creating. So if you're a small creator or someone who's thinking about starting, here's what I'd say. Take breaks. It's okay. Life gets busy. Disappear a little bit if you need to, but don't quit. Don't quit. Because maybe today nobody cares about what you're making, and that's okay. One day you'll look back at everything you've created and you'll realize, oh, it was never just about content, It was a story of the person you're becoming. And honestly, I think that's enough. That's a reason enough to keep creating. So that was the video. I hope you liked it. The Substack article on the same topic will be comment down below. My Instagram ID would be comment down below as well. So make sure to follow me on Instagram or subscribe to my Substack if you want to. I was very busy today. Like, I've been really busy this week for some reason. But it was hard to take out time to make this video. But I have, and I don't know how good it is. If you have any feedback, you can comment down below as well, okay? And I post a video every single Sunday on my YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe. I also post 3 to 4 short form content also. I never say that, but I'm very consistent. So if you want to support, you can subscribe, please. Love you. Bye.